This is NBC Connecticut News at 11.
Bouncing back into shape after a baby can be a challenge. Yes, it takes celebs all of 5 minutes, it seems, to get back to their pre-baby bodies. But let's be realistic. Fitness expert Jenny Skoog is here with some tips. Thank you, Jenny, for joining me. And then our expert exercisers here, we have Jenny as well. So Jenny squared, right? Thank you both for coming in. Skoogfit. What is Skoogfit?
Well, Skoogfit started because I was training brides, and a lot of these brides were having babies. So I got pre- and postnatal certified, and then I became a doula because a lot of these women wanted me to be in the hospital room with them. So I kind of coach everybody in our 20s, 30s, you know, the baby makers, and so that's Skoogfit.
I like the fact that you're explaining to women, saying, look, it's realistic for you to make it gradual, a gradual kind of move into the exercising world, whether it's a natural childbirth or a cesarean. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's not that easy to get back into the swing of things, so to speak. So you're saying be patient. But what are some of the examples of exercises that some of these postpartum moms can do?
Well, obviously, after 9 months of being pregnant, your core is sort of non-existent. So my goal is to safely get you back where you were. Obviously, you've had some changes, right? You made a person, and the sport of motherhood is no joke, as you might know. I mean, you're not sleeping and so on. So in order to get that core back, you want to do some core stabilization exercises, a lot of stretching, and a lot of balance.
Yes, and you're right with the core. That is, it just feels like Jello, like it just, you're thinking, this is not what I feel. It's odd. It's really odd. So show us one of the exercises right now.
Sure. So one of my favorite exercises for core stability is a hand plank. So I'm going to have Jenny go onto a plank on her hands. So simply in a push-up position, so hands underneath her shoulders, and then I want her feet to be about shoulder width. Good. And then I want the hips just above the shoulder line, and then gaze forward just slightly, right? So she's got good posture here. Draw that navel in, and she's going to hold this for about 30 seconds to a minute, depending on her level of fitness and how it feels.
Okay.
If she starts to feel it in her low back, she's just going to come down.
Okay.
Okay? And this is working the entire front of the body, from the legs to the abs to the shoulders.
Okay.
And a lot of bang for your buck here.
Yeah, you're working on that core. How many reps would you do?
I would start with maybe 30 seconds, like twice, and then increase it to like 1 minute, maybe 3 times a day.
Okay, and it's interesting because I know you work with these new moms, and I'm sure these moms are a little frustrated, you know, thinking,
oh yeah,
oh, this is, I mean, I used to be so fit before, but again, you're explaining to them that it's progressive. So what's another exercise?
Well, a lot of my moms have low back pain.
Okay.
So it's usually tightness in the low back, and from sitting all those hours, you know, you're breastfeeding, and so you've got bad posture, and then you've got the weak core, so it tends to go into the low back. So I always say strengthen the glutes, so strengthen your butt muscles.
So how would you do that?
Great. So Jenny, lie on your back, and we're going to do hip bridges.
Okay.
Yeah, it's glute activation. So from here, I want your feet hip width, and then lift your toes off the floor, and let's activate the anterior tibialis. Hugging your shoulders so that you don't use your lats to push off the floor. I want you to squeeze your tush and come all the way up. So squeeze your butt all the way up and hold at this position for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then roll down vertebra by vertebra. Booty's the last thing to arrive, and you'll do that 12 times, like 2 to 3 times a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if people want to know more about Skoogfit, where do they go? Where on the internet they can go?
www.skoogfit.com.
Okay.
I have a vlog, I tweet, so if you want daily inspiration, go there.
Okay, I appreciate it. Both Jennys, thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. We'll be right back.